Virgo, what's good? I'm your wild and free high priest. Chillin', my name is Armando. This is a message for the Virgo Sun, Moon, Rising Collective, regardless of your natal placement. This may still resonate with you. I strongly suggest that you take only what resonates. Virgo, this may be about you. This may be about them. This may be about both of you. This may be a cross-watcher situation. I wrote a lot for you. You have the general vibration of the Ace of Wands, which could be many things, right? Depending on who you may ask. Lots of passion, lots of that sort of visceral, yes. Or you could feel like there's a new direction opening up for you after sudden shifts. I'm getting a lot of need, or perhaps the symbolism of protection, okay? A lot of the black stones like tourmaline and obsidian, as well as, I forget the other one that I'm wearing, shungite, right? Protection on many levels, from ground up. What does that mean to you, Virgo? Let's just get into it, right? I ask that our guides of the highest, most brilliant, divine white light protect us, protect me as I channel and interpret for your Virgo divine. Once again, as always, Virgo, I'm ever so grateful to connect with you. Ever so grateful, as always, for our energetic exchange. Take only what resonates. I don't want to forget to remind you, I have a lot of my labradorite out here. It's just like my stone, right? The number 17, the word or the symbol of trust, which was very much that manifestation mode, right? Yes, it's here. It was as I was shuffling around. Currently, Mercury, beautiful Mercury, is retrograde, right? Mercury retrograde is in full effect. We are at the final days of Cancer, so happy birthday if you are a Sun in Cancer. And tomorrow, or by July 22nd, July 23rd, the Sun will have ingressed into Leo, or began its transit through the sign of Leo. So it's quite a wonderful time. I'm excited about the new moon in Leo, and I'll have more messages for you regarding that moon as I continue to battle allergies. Thank you for having patience, in case you didn't realize how. Okay, so symbols. Wait, the color red is really vibrant. These I don't want to call them muddy golds because that may put you off, but I mean the brassy golds, like brass colored golds, the yellowish rusted golds, which I believe are really beautiful. They're those royal ancient colors, like brown, gold, as well as red, rusty reds, and even like the darker values of purple and hues of purple. Okay, like very not maroon, but violet. Symbols include caffeine, like coffee. I'm so sorry. Coffee, like speediness by drinking caffeine, which just be careful with that. I'm neither here nor there recommending. Remember, these are symbols. They may be resonant with you, or they may resonate with you. Or it's just a need to get something finished quickly, like buzzing, like again, like the speediness of the buzzing sounds, like and not just like the bee. It is a lot of like the bee buzz, the bees buzzing, but it's like the summer cicadas, like that, like stark, and then also just like strong beeps. Okay. soft landing, which is so contrary to the sharp, harsh buzz. But it could be a like humming buzz. Maybe that's where protection comes in handy, per se, because instead of it just being like a soft cushion to land on, it could be a soft landing, which I know, if you are very literal, if you are very Virgo and literal, you could want to brush that off. Like, well, a cushion is a soft landing, but maybe it's, maybe I'm talking like a Pisces, right? Yes. Okay. Anyway, all the big guys are retrograde, except for Jupiter, right? But Saturn in Aries, Neptune in Aries, and the other one, Pluto, the other one. The other one. Okay, Virgo. The world. The numbers 1, 2, 3, 4. The world, 20, card 21. Queen of Cups. So this finite, our favorite anaretic degrees, the 29th final degree of Sun in Cancer. So the Queen of Cups. It could also be perceived as a shadow aspect, the dark aspect, or that like staunch, like saturated. Saturated is also a really good symbol. Saturation. 10 of Swords. The sun will come out again, right? It will. It is. Has it for you? I hope it has. And major arcana number 8, Strength, which goes in hand with lots of hands. Handy with a smack. Strength has, or the Ace of Wands has the aspect of strength, or is contained in the aspect, in the symbolism of strength, right? Like visceral, like burning passion. And then the Ace of Cups, which is like that emotional. Is it the emotion? Is it the ego? Okay. I wrote something for you, Virgo. Also, the Ouroboros has been really symbolic. The number 1111, which is so like, what's new? Can we come up with more number? 1111. Okay. Where are we at? Virgo freedom. The Virgo freedom, flower of life, ascending. On the tree of life exists outside of us. It is within us to manifest without, like a bee sting. Wow, okay. Full of honey, good and bad. Exhale. Inhale. You run around and about, not contrary, but docile. Go with the sun. Do you see the light, Virgo? Is it time now? Keep the Virgo dream alive. True love never. You're the one I'm dreaming of. Okay. Wow, okay. I wrote this like last week when I was like Virgo and then Mercury stationed retrograde. So I was like, what? Like nothing. And now I'm here. So motherhood changes, level up. So now we get into the channel messages. Motherhood changes. So motherhood as symbolism, or motherhood as a literal aspect in your life, or thing, a time in your life changes. Level up. Mother wounds. Yeah, 3 of Cups. Okay, 3 of Cups is like in the air. It's general, but it's also very Virgo, or it's affecting your Virgo aspects. Level up. Mother wounds, undoing, and relief from undoing. Like, also, don't associate so much with healing. Like you've done healed, you've done the work, you're finished with, like, okay, like we can align with healing, and then we can go on about ourselves. Like there's a lot of like identifying in the spiritual realm, And so let's not identify with anything. Let's not even identify with these cards. These cards are just like inspiration or ignition or inciting or insightful, or here we go. Okay, let's get back into it. Emotional chapter. So an emotional chapter, is it over? Can we call it like it's over? Like, been there, done that. I used to associate with all these things, and now I'm done with that. Okay. Healing with or from a masculine. Okay, this could be like the masculine within, divine, or masculine without, which both are divine, right? Regardless of how we perceive masculinity. I know, I get you. So we can't just like not be good to masculines, right? Like, but this is not about that. So healing from a masculine, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, or maybe you are Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, maturity, Aquarius, King of Swords vibration. So there's this maturing moment. And perhaps it's, again, don't identify so much with immaturity versus maturity. I want to move away a lot from relativity in regards to having done the work versus not. Like, everyone's doing some kind of something, okay? And we should allow ourselves to do something or nothing. Lord of Dominion, Two of Wands. See how you leveled up without regard to others? You're doing the work, but is it an identification moment? No, it's just inspiring for you to move, to groove, to be Virgo, to be you, okay? Mars in Aries, focus on self. And Mars and Venus are very much talking to the North Node, squaring the North Node in Pisces, squaring the South Node in Virgo. And I believe that Mars is doing the same. Mars is actually in Virgo as we speak. And okay, there we go. And it's in opposition to the North Node and conjunct or connecting with the South Node in Virgo. So it's very much like we're in a new, our divine masculine internally and externally is moving differently, or focused on a different movement. It's a new emotional chapter. Okay. Focus on self-love, care to heal. Self-care, self-love to heal. Relationships with money are they're becoming new, or they're new. And there's a gateway, Two of Cups, Venus in, how funny. Mars and Venus are here. Two of Cups is Venus in Cancer. Balance of divinity. What are we saying? You can go this way or you can go that way. I remember I used to talk a lot like the scarecrow, you know? You can go this way, you can go that way. You can also hug yourself, Virgo. Love you, love yourself, self-care, self-love, done. Once a day, give yourself a hug. Once at night, give yourself another hug. That's it. That's what we identify with, okay? That's self-love, baby. It can be like, you can cry. Trust me, I've like in the yoga, it's like, I love me. Or like, my body. Bless you, bless us. Remember to have fun, enjoy friendships, and fair competition. You're truly worth it. Don't criticize. Like the Capricorn message, and this is not, I'm not saying don't criticize like Capricorns. I'm saying like there was a message in the Capricorn reading about, it was very similar to this. I believe that a lot of your earth signs are going through this similar thing where it's like, onward. Mars as divine masculine is like we must go. There's something else. Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, there's something else. Like this is neither here nor there. We can go that way or this way, right? Don't criticize others. We already talked about that. So this is very confirming, affirming. Take what resonates. Remember, our earth signs feeling critical, general vibe. Remember you. Don't forget how you feel when criticized for your downfalls. Remember that everyone gets their chance to shine. Specific. That's very specific to someone or a few of you. Maybe feeling left out. You might be feeling left out. Ace of Cups, Ace of Pentacles, and you also have the Ace of Wands. Jupiter wants you to go your own way. There's lots about like, which way are you going, Virgo? Drunk on spirit. Who's got spirit? Yes, Virgo, you do. Spirit, God source is healing you. Will you go on the path? Dualistic. Feminine healing through masculine journey. There you go. Drunkenness, obsession, sitting around, psychic energy, too high, too mighty. So again, with the like over consuming of, it could be anything. Ace of Wands, strength, right? Drunk in obsession, drunk in psychic, too high, too mighty. That could be a lot. Get low to get high. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry. Wow. Too high, too mighty, high horse, go higher. Get low to get high. Country. The name Willie, which I know is like I'm so sorry. Get low to get high. Keep the Virgo dream alive. If you had your little way, twist. So this is where it gets really weird. Keep the Virgo dream alive. If you had your little way, twist. I dream about you, Virgo. Nature's candy in your hand. Oh my God, the hand. Or a can or a pie. Nature's candy in your hand or a can or a pie. Make your own language. Oh yeah. Smells like Virgo spirit, all the senses, 7 divine senses. With the world in your hands, so beautiful, Virgo. You could cry. Nature's candy in your heart, world's heart in your hands. True love never dies. Holy mama moly. Okay. And then I was going to say make your own language. No, not the typical light language. And then I was like, LOL, which is so critical and judgy of me to be like, you know, the typical love language of like clicking and like, I mean like, and like whale, wailing, Ryle Kiley, Bjork, and heavy metal, like air and voice, but just be careful, right? We good? Okay. Wow, that took a long time. I'm sorry, you know when you like forward someone a voicemail and then they text you? It says 0101 0101 0101. Wow, what a refresh. You can go your own way up the spiral, right? Like how rude for me to have to be rude to forward you to voicemail and then you have to leave and then you have to text me. Like, can you not? Can you take a hint? Hint, busy. Hint, Virgo. Hint, Virgo reading. What do we got here for the Virgo? What do we got here for the Virgo? There's Divine Masculine, card number 2. Okay. And then, oh my gosh, see? Protection, fire, courage, protection showed up in reverse. I don't know if this makes any sense for me to take this in reverse, but where I'm going with that though, or where that message comes through, 0-1 and 0-2 is masculine. Protect your divine masculine, like move on about you. If you feel that you don't know if you made the right decision, or if you there's a lot of that, like there's a lot of questioning with, like, did you make the right decision? Protect your decision by honoring that you have made the right decision to remove something out of your life, to have the courage to go on, right? Here's that color, that like saturated sanguine gold color with the lightning bolt, very, very frightening, which was again in the last message. So the last 2 messages, Capricorn and the High Priestess message, Scorpio and all the watery kind of signs. Scorpio very prominent in the general vibration, whether you have a aspect of Virgo or not. But we have card 37, card 27, fire. Then the symbol of protection, card number 1. You can go your own way. God's source wants to know, are you coming this way with us? Come with us. That's not I don't think we're trying to sound like a cult. I think like we're trying to sound a cult, not a cult. Occult, not a cult. Occult meaning bring the dark out, or come out of the dark. Don't stay in the dark. Don't leave yourself in the dark by questioning your motives, and be courageous to move out of the light, or to move out of dark into the light, or move out of from under their light, right? Okay. 1 animal spirit. A new direction. You've been left parched. You could be sitting brewing, right? Like a cup of coffee, brewing on that. Don't do that. Can I say that? Are you at the crossroads, or are you brewing? Come out of the occult. Come out of the dark. Have the courage. Not too prideful. Oh, I did a thing. Okay, see? Closed, line, closed. Okay, we're gonna take the line. Perhaps you have a Leo fire, or the Leo fire. It will spark under the Virgo booty. Okay, the spark under the Virgo booty. We need that for you, Virgo. Oh yeah, because you're very parched. Fire and fire. Lots of fire. How are you going to use the fire, right? How can you use the fire? Do you want it to work against you or in your favor? Meaning, will you allow the fire to be ever so consuming? Will it be what consumes you in the end? How you feel about that? Or will you allow your pride and your courage to move you onward, to forge ahead, okay? So I do want to leave this message like not like the longest ever. Okay, 2 of Swords and 4 of Swords. Saturn in Libra, Moon in Libra. It's coming up. The fall. It's your birthday, and then after your birthday, the birthday time, that could be the healing, the period at the end of your healing journey. Okay, what is it? Virgo, what are we faced? Where are we at? Just 3 cards for the situation, the origin. The situation, the challenge, and the origin of this Mercury is like, did you remove that? Because we gotta go. Did you remove, or are you move your love with that? Don't stay there in the dark. Yeah. Don't stay drunk in love. Don't stay obsessed. Look, the situation is defeat, is under their light, right? Or in loss, there's a win. Can we spin the message so that it is buzzing with good? Okay. So don't forget to protect yourself from the madness. There's Ace of Wands. Don't forget your lesson in this, why you had to give it up, why it was holding you back, why it was part of the karma, okay? 8 of Swords, 8 of Cups. Justice, karma, okay? Libra, you will come to realize it's always in retrospect, right? Such as human being, such as being human. Wow, that one fell out. Take responsibility. Don't forget to have fun. Take the responsibility to not. Okay. I'm like, stop it with the buzzing. Jupiter in Capricorn, it was in the last reading as well, okay? And then here's the basis. The challenge is like, yes, the challenge was that it was challenging, was that you are already attempting to move forward in your new money, in the new feeling of abundance, or the new feeling of fun, feeling more lighthearted, removing yourself from these situations so that you can feel that youthful. It's not about being young or feeling youthful again, but it is about feeling like vibrant and having fun. What am I saying? It's not about feeling young. It's about having fun, to have that youthful currency. So also currency, like as in money, and currency as in the current, the voltage. Okay. Like how you express yourself has to be reassessed, realigned. So it doesn't have to be like you're not expressing yourself. It's just that where you are expressing yourself is a limited space. Venus in Aquarius. It's very limiting to find value there, and you are of high value. So it's best to have fun elsewhere, and it's best to take on responsibility elsewhere. This was too low. So perhaps that has left you in a critical mode, but it's like, can you just move on from that? Are you saying no? Say no to fools, right? They're 0. Say no to fools, lest you be taken for a fool. No, you shall not be. Okay, you and your little dog are going on a different journey, or the big dog. Don't be so salty about it, right? Sometimes this one gives me the salty, that brand. But this is the origin, 0. Okay, you've been here many times. Sure, I know it can be defeating. It can be like, really? Like, I'm going through this again? Yeah, it's sort of like up, down, up, down. Jupiter is like up and down, got too high, got too low. Okay, well, that's why the Fool card's here, because it's like, well, that's your sign of get the move on it. Like, you know, now you know, and now you do better. Wow, okay, that was in the last message. See, King of Wands, Queen of Wands. Look at you, so balanced. And you putting it, wow, look, up and down, the Wheel of Fortune. It could be, yes, look, you're centered. It's less about knowing where less about knowing where you're going, more so about going. Go, okay? Then now you're going. Now honor that you're going. Okay, look, because we have the Wheel of Fortune. Either take the wheel or let go of the wheel. Have you been too in control or too out of the control? What is that? Controller room, okay? Are you in control or too much out of control? Are you too much in control and there's not enough control? Figure that one out for you, because the focus could be that you've let your feelings take over. It's overwhelming in that the Page of Swords says you're really fixated on this Jupiterian Piscean when your value lies in you befriending you finding friendships that are asserting, and then move away from these. So it could be the Leo, the Sagittarius, the longer vision, and then in the restart, in the refresh, there's something that you may think is small, but that is, once again, it's a big lesson. From a small lesson in time, from a small moment in time comes the big reward. The Chariot, 7. I don't know why I said 5. From 5 to 7. The 7 divine senses. You're like inspired to go on a spiritual understanding of the divine masculine aspect from your attractive feminine, like cauldron brewing, spirited spirit, the spirited spirit, and action, movement, move on, go on about you. Not a fair balance, but more so a divine balance, which is like the light under you, right? From this is Cancer to Sagittarius, which if this is here, it's like now that even though you may try to make it work, there's sometimes a whole world between you two, or not enough sustenance, not about substance, but just a lot about how you sustain a relationship. One of you could not know anything about sustaining anything, or and this could be about them, right? Because I would say you are very responsible here, and you keep losing. So it's like you've learned a lesson in that masculine concerted effort, and you can't take on the work for them. The Chariot, you can't do the work for them. Like, they have to allow God to step in. We have Pisces, Aries, and we have Sagittarius, Scorpio, or Leo, Cancer, or what's the other fire sign? Says the guy up here. Aries, and once again, Aries, Pisces, but like all the aspects of that, like there's a lot of like come out of the dark in your feminine and in your masculine. In the dark moments, in that dark moment, you've learned a huge lesson about not doing all the work. Like the way I describe it, just because I'm like very like spiritual, like it's like you can't do their God work for them. You can't be like, you can't tell someone like God is within you, like you are God, and God is without and within, and God source. It's like if they're looking at you like, I don't know what that means. It's like you can't be like, God is real. Right? That's kind of cultish. Come out of we're talking more occultish, not cult, not the cult. Don't be a cult leader, right, Virgo? Also, don't get taken by the cult leader. I just wanted to say that in this day and age, like a cult leader could just be that, a very like a person who acts in narcissistic behavior or has narcissistic qualities, components, traits to them. When we are in denial, or when others are in denial of their low kind of negating and very controlling aspects, like if we are going to deny that, then we are making this person a very much a cult leader. Like, so we want to strip away the God from them, from those that don't know how to wield their God power and their power in general. We want to take it away from them, not by being critical, not by being by just using our alchemical fire to move on from those dry, desperate lands and take our pride and courage to move on, go on about ourselves. Wow, look, the Scorpion is here. Is that not a truth? Okay, and you're capable of handling a lot, but right now you want to handle very little because you're manifesting something new. So it's more so about staying true to yourself and rediscovering where your fire, where your strength lies. Okay, cool. All the animals came out to play. Look at you, like the deer, the doe, the Capricornian doe, the Virgo doe, like a lot about motherhood. Okay, a new era in the motherhood, and like motherhood changes you. The aspects of motherhood are changing you. Okay, cool. Wow. Talk about it. I sometimes like to read cards, right? I'm like, that was beautiful. That'll be, how many minutes was that? That'll be $30, please. Thank you. That'll be $60. Wow. I used to like definitely charge for tarot readings. I haven't charged for a tarot reading in like a few months. I've been like off. Eight of Swords. Wow. Okay. I'm going to keep shuffling. But I love what's happening here. This pile. We landed on the Chariot and you had this divine pair. That's not really a pair, right? Like these two don't pair up ever. The Queen of Wands, the King of Wands. Maybe on other channels, but for us, it's a defeat. It's a loss. It's like one independent and another independent can't be independently coming together, because it's just like one's independence is based on the power of God, and if they're not in full understanding, like if God is outside of them, is that about you, Virgo? Maybe I don't want to, maybe this is rhetorical, but it's like, be careful with those that suppose that God is removed, right? Like it's within, it's around, it's a source. Okay, wow. Okay, Virgo, you better chill. Here's your maturity in psychic. Okay, with those that lack emotional intelligence, King of Swords, Eight of Swords. Ooh, shiz, mother trucker. Here's your Queen of Cups. There's the High Priestess and the Page of Pentacles, and there's the Divine Masculine Emperor. Okay, a whole new life. Wow, the Sun, Leo. We don't read cards just for nothing, right? Well, you know, I just like to read them sometimes. I just like the pretty pictures. They talk to me like, bah. Look, you can't, the truth is, you can't focus on it. You gotta move on. From the little loss comes a big gain, right? Now you're understanding that you still want to like side swipes through verbal lashings. So no verbal lashings, no Virgo lashings. Yes, look, the Hierophant. Taurus, the Hierophant. And then Jupiter in Capricorn, Two of Pentacles. Out of this comes order, comes a new format, comes you getting organized, comes you learning from a divine feminine standpoint or journey. You learn about God in divine masculine. There's a Queen of Swords, Seven of Wands. You come to meet people at eye level. You come to meet people without a fight, right? It's no longer about fighting for what you want. Definitely about declaring what you want, but not about fighting for it. See, King or Knight of Swords, you've been sort of given that forecast and forewarning. Pick one. I would pick forecast, because we are telling you protect yourself more so from giving too much more energy to the situation. Okay, Eight of Wands. The truth is you can shift out of this by moving on quickly, or you can move on quickly from this by not negating it and not fixating on it, okay? Remember, don't suppose any longer that you have made the wrong decision. You have made the right decision to no longer foolishly approach those situations or that situation or that person, and to move on about you, to embark on the speedy recovery, the speedy path through and to new money, whatever that means to you, abundance, feeling abundant, the feeling of wealth, enjoying maybe expenditure, but being like spending energy in other places. That has to do a lot with wealth and money, okay? I'm not gonna, like I tell the Scorpios, I'm not your accountant, right? Look, strategize. Moon in Aquarius. Take what you will from this. Move on fast. You don't belong there. That's not to say that that's where the defeat lies. That therein the defeat lies. We're not saying that. Therein lies the huge lesson and understanding. You don't need to ask any longer. You don't need to question any longer. What you need is to move on and to apply your strategy. You know what to do and you know how to move on about. Okay, so go on about you. Take what you can. Take what's yours. Take your knowledge. Wow, the Tower. It's big. It's brilliant. It's a shakeup. I now understand why you're having a moment, meaning like you can't bring yourself to fully accept it because it's bigger than you. But I would say allow that to be the burst, the buzz that pushes you like a wave, okay? There could be a lot of insight, also a huge understanding. You could come to learn something about them, as in if you had stayed any longer, would it have been good? It maybe would have been detrimental. Wow, the Temperance card, number 14. We go from Major Arcana 16 to Temperance. You're coming back up, okay, out of the Dark Night, the ego burst, the ego bust into humility through courage, pride through understanding, okay? This is making me smile really big for you because I know it's like, it's tough. But this is the Sagittarius moment, meaning it may just be the courage that you need to really coal the fire and claim your flame. Claim your flame. Claim your fame. Wow. I don't know what that means. Because it's claim to fame. Your claim to fame. Claim. Your claim is your flame. Claim your flame. Wow. There you go. And here we go. The understanding comes from that Major Arcana 12, the Hangman, Pisces, Neptune. I think you're adjusting. You're going to find a new perspective adjustment, meaning, oh, okay, I got out at the right time. You made a clear choice. I also used to always say, the choice is clear. It's you, baby. It's you, Virgo. You are the clear choice, okay? Lest you stay there any longer and suppose that this situation could be any better than, was it ever any good? I don't know. I'm not going to be sitting up here being judgmental and mean. I'm just going to say you made the right decision to get the F on out of there, okay? I love it, Virgo. Let me read Leo. Look at this. The Lovers, Gemini. It is a Gemini moon today. And we are now in the waning crescent. And I was going to say that the first quarter moon in Libra and the last quarter moon in Aries, which was last week, therein lies the beginning, okay? The end, in that ending, there's the beginning. And although we constantly, in a contrived sense, we know, we are like, duh, but now it's more like the experience it has that realness, okay? There's a real quality to there's a clear aspect, a qualifying clearance, like the path is clear is where I'm going. Like suddenly the moment of like the ending is the beginning, duh, and then it's like a burst of insight, and it's like, okay, that was kind of outside of me, and the lesson is applicable. It's also within me. So you learn a huge lesson of direction and will, and your magical power, and your connection to source, and like the magnetic quality. There could then be a better relationships up ahead now that you've learned this seemingly small detail becomes like the chipping key unlocks this like doorway. Like, holy wow. Okay. Where is the dog? That's funny. I thought the dog was out here. Okay, let's see. The dog shouldn't be elsewhere but here. Okay, patient, regal, a complete master. The lion is a master of the fire element and living mascot of self-transformation. A lion personality dedicates their life to personal and spiritual growth. This dedication inspires some and intimidates others. Therefore, the lion is respected by all but known intimately by few. Some mistake the lion as hard to access or aloof, yet those with a keener eye know better. Lions are observant, stealth, and precise in their words and actions. They do not waste energy or resources. This card reminds us that self-mastery is available to all, no matter where our quest begins. Be our guest. So this is the lesson in self-mastery. Okay, wow. When in balance, the epitome of peace and strength. When out of balance, withdrawn, too serious. To bring into balance, daily meditation and friendship. Well, there you have it, to Virgo. I honor you, your path. As always, send you all the good. All the goody bad, the baddie good. Okay. Ciao.